Okay, here we are for bag G. Let's get bag G out. It looks like bag G is going to be a pretty involved bag. It's pretty much the whole rear end. So I'm probably going to split this in a few parts. So this should be step 7 if I'm remembering right. Look at the title, it'll tell you. I'll have it right by the time I get it uploaded. Alright, so big bag, lots of bags in bags. So we got to find step 1. There's step 1 right there. Looks like we're going to start off by putting the rear arms on. So we got a bunch of inserts here, hinge pins and whatnot. See if we can get these inserts out. They package pretty tight. Another one where we're going to have to refer to the setup sheet. Alright, so let's get this turned around the direction of the book here. We get our rear arms. So it looks like we're going to have arms this way. Okay, looks like we got to figure out these inserts here. There's your left insert. Looks like those can go ahead and be screwed in, maybe. Yeah, I think it's probably best that I go ahead and screw these guys in. Okay, so I chose to go ahead and put these front inserts in there, or front pieces on, and we'll find out what the inserts are. There's a chart that tells you about the anti-squat and everything. We're not really going to look at that right now. We're just going to go ahead and assemble it the way the setup sheet says to do it. Looks like everything in the center, so let's look at these peels and see what we got here. Okay, yeah, so they got a little hole in them. Okay, I guess it's according to where the hole is as to how you set it. So the one we're looking for is four of them in the center. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rest of them we'll use those for tuning later. So looks like these will go in. These are centered so I can't get them wrong. Well, these are a little tricky. This is probably why they want you to put them in first. Okay, so we'll go ahead and slide our arms in there and see how that goes. inserts in. Okay, I gotta redo my Loctite over here. So we'll slide this guy up on here, hopefully. Looks like it's, with that 0 setting, it's got some, oh, and I missed some shims. Okay, let's see. Looks like it shows 2 1mm shims in the front and 1 1mm shim in the rear. Let's see what the setup sheet says. 1mm rear and 2 in the front. Okay. So let's slide this guy back off. Looks like we're gonna go 2mm. And 1mm. Alright, so there's that. Slide these pieces out of the way. Let's see if we can determine what we just set it up at. Center hole 0, so we set it at 0. Demarked arm peel table 0, anti-squat, toe, three-degree toe. Yeah, you can see the toe in it. It's a pretty good bit as it comes. Baseline toe is 3. I'll worry about that later. Okay, let's see what step GO2 is. Looks like we're starting to put the rear transmission together. Bunch of aluminum pieces. This is where the cost of the kit comes in, is all these aluminum pieces. Okay, so looks like we're going to start with this piece, and it's looking like there's some more pieces that I need. Looks like you got to have GO2 and GO3, where it doesn't really say that. So anyway, I guess we'll open up GO3. Bunch of parts here. Alright, so looks like we're going to take this guy. Don't even show a bearing. You gotta have a bearing there. Looks like a bearing goes here. Doesn't show that in the book. Looks like it goes like that. Is that right? Something's not right. It goes all the way through. Something don't look right. Okay, let's go ahead and put bearings in here. Got a piece here. I'm somewhat confused about what's going on here. Almost looks like a bearing goes there. It can't be. Alright, I'm gonna pause this just a second so I can figure this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So there's a little confusion. It appears to me there should be a bearing right there, but according to the book, and there is a bearing here, but if I put a bearing here, it spaces it off wrong, so that can't be right. I've looked at everything I know to look at, so I'm gonna roll with it like the book says to do it, and we'll see how it comes out. So it looks like you drop it in with no bearing, then a bearing goes on. Actually, the bearing is already on here, so the bearing goes on here. Then this plastic little guard goes on, pops these little spots. And all that snaps together pretty good. So looks like we get a 22 millimeter screw here. We'll put these two together through this gear here. Okay, see this piece is a little wobbly, so we'll see where that goes. We'll keep an eye on that. Right, so this piece looks like this is the left side. This goes here. Looks like with what kind of screws? There's an 8 millimeter screw and a 6mm screw. Button head 3mm. Okay, whatever you say. So 8mm goes back here. That's strange that there'd be two different lengths, but sure, I'll probably forget that at some point when I'm tearing down or putting back together or whatever. Okay, and then the opposite side, same way. Okay, so there's that, and we got the ball studs. Looks like, see what we get, 1mm shim. I didn't think to look at the location. Looks like the inner spot. Okay, that completes that section. Go on next. Let's see, this is bag G03 that we've already got in G03. I think they got this a little confused. This is G04. That's not right, but seen worse. Okay, looks like we got this guy going on here, this long screw, and this looks like a thumb screw. Looks like our differential goes and drops in now. So set the diff height with the provided pieces. Let's see if the setup sheet tells me that. Diff height. There you go, diff height. Looks like 1 dot up. Up. Oops. And we've lost a bearing somewhere. There's that one. Oh, that's great. Oh. Looks like I misplaced a bearing. There it is. put a dot of grease there. It doesn't show anything about grease. I've always done that. Just a tiny bit. Alright, so next up, let's go ahead and get these screws out. Okay, I'm just looking ahead. Okay, so let's see here. Next we're looking at we've got a plastic piece here, and there's a right and a left. Go ahead and put our shock tower in there. That might be the easiest way. Looks like we got 4 12mm button heads. Oh boy. Get that one started right. Like this. So we'll try this route. Yeah, much better. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put these shock standoffs on. Let's see where we got them in the 3rd spot. These look like the 8 scale standoffs, same thing. pretty heavy duty for a 10th scale. Okay, so snug this up. Alright, so now this goes right here. Looks like these 4 remaining screws, 8mm. Alright, that looks pretty nice. Still wondering about that gear, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, so next, let's see what we're doing. Looks like next we're going ahead and put it on the chassis. It's not what I expected, but it is what it is. Looks like there's a couple different locations. Maybe there's room for something future. I don't know, there's extra holes there for something. Okay, so flat 8mm. Okay, so these go into the plastic. Okay, so there's that. Something seems to be in a bind. Something's, I believe, put a wrong screw right here. screw. Something to do with that gear there. Let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, so next, looks like we get this plate next, the motor mount plate. It goes on this way. That's where the bearing goes. Now it's starting to make a little sense. Okay. Alright, so we get flush mount screws, 2 of them. Okay, so it looks like there's a flush screw here, flathead. That's where that gear setup come in. Wonder how many people have gone through that. Now it's nice and smooth. Alright, so looks like we got this thing here. This little guard goes towards the inside for some reason. Looks like it goes this way. Okay, there's that. So let's skip to the next step. We're probably going to go ahead and make this the next step with bag G, which would be the clutch. Let's see what kind of battery we got when we do that. Yep, looks like I'm running out of battery, so I think we're going to call it a night, and tomorrow night we'll get back on and get the clutch. Looks like we've got the clutch next, the rear hubs, and we'll be getting close to done. So there it is. They're starting to look like something. Stay tuned.